Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I would like to share with you my collective reading for the month of July. I'm using my go-to deck, the Faulkner Tarot, known as the first modern day photographic tarot deck that shows real people and real life situations we can all relate to. You will also see that I have chosen us a crystal guidance card. This comes from my very own deck, Crystal Guidance. So if anybody would like to own their very own crystal guidance deck, pop a comment under this YouTube video, or if you are friends with me on Facebook, just send me a DM. So let's start by having a little look at the numerology. So universally, we're in a year 5, which really focuses on adventure, progress, movement and change, which I think we can all definitely say we are definitely experiencing that for 2021. Now, when we look at the month of July, it's a 3 month, the energy of 3. So this is going to be a dynamic and action-packed month with lots going on. Focus and discipline are going to be essential, and so is prioritizing your own time. So be social, book a holiday, even if it's a holiday in your own country, a staycation, they're calling it, and have some fun with your loved ones. So let's have a look. So card number 1, this is going to be talking to us about what worked well for the month of June. So whenever we do this, it's always good to reflect and go back before we move forward. So let's have a look at card number 1, which is this one. Okay, here we have the 7 of Cups. So what worked well? Trusting in the unseen is coming to my mind straight away, particularly if we were experiencing any confusion around a situation. Now, if you were one of the lucky ones and maybe opportunity did come knocking on your door, how have they played out for you? Was it in the positive sense or maybe even in the negative? Because remember, everything we go through will always have a lesson attached to it. I also want to say that intuition would have been spot on for the month of June and was a real key element within the energies. And yes, I do feel it was a month to evaluate your options. Let's not forget we've had Mercury retrograde and other planets in retrograde motion. So maybe we had the option to kind of dig below the surface a little bit to discover what was attached or what was evolved with every choice that we may have had. Now, for some of us, this could have been a month of wishful thinking, maybe projecting into the future about, what do we want to create? Were we in a bit of a dream world? So maybe for some of us, we didn't take all of the inspired action steps that we should have. But that's not an issue. The fact that we were dreaming means that this time around, moving into a brand new month, maybe we have a better idea of what those action steps are actually going to evolve. So, card number 2. So this looks at what hasn't worked for all of us during the month of June. Okay, we have the Death card. Please don't turn this video off now. The Death card talks about transformation and changes. And yes, we may have hoped for that. We may have hoped for Freedom Day here in the UK. Just looking at the news in general with COVID, it didn't happen. And basically, the timing just wasn't right. And we have to accept that. Acceptance is a big thing here. So maybe let's have a look on a personal level. Take a moment. Was there something going on for you Maybe there was some emotions coming into play, anxiety, resistance, maybe even attachment to something or someone. You know, what door were you struggling to close? Can you now, moving forwards in July, let go of that attachment and take a step forward? You know, the Death card is all about change, and it wants us to grow and it wants us to evolve. So this is when you need to take a step back and really think about, you know, why didn't those changes happen? Why didn't I action something? What were my emotions? And how can I now move forwards? So beautiful energy, very clear. So number 3, card number 3, what did we learn? Okay, this could be interesting. Aha, 2 of Wands. Oh, this is all about decision making. This is all about having the, what's the word I'm looking for? Having the ability to commit, or wanting to commit. Taking that first inspired action step that I spoke about with the Death card. The Ace of Wands is all about the light bulb moment. So this is the next step. This is all about commitment, planning. Do you need to figure something out? Do you need to maybe explore your options? You know, maybe we actually learn to be more open to growth, more open to possibilities. Did this allow us to step outside of our comfort zone? Because at the end of the day, confidence within your self-knowledge, your self-worth, your self-esteem will propel you forwards. So I'm being shown the watch as I'm talking to you now. So I do think the timing is now right. And yeah, maybe we did have to wait a few weeks to pick up a new energy. And we have that with the energy coming in with the number 3 for the universal energy for the month of July. So great card, great insight. So number 4, what is our theme for the month ahead? So I think you're going to know by now that when we do these readings, we have a story that goes through all of the 5 cards and the oracle card that I use. So here we go. Wow. What was I just saying? There's a flow. There's definitely a story in place here. So what is the theme for the month ahead? It's the Magician. And do you know what? It really doesn't get any better than this. This is about new opportunities coming out of the blue. But at the same time, you have to trust. You have to trust in your intuition. You know, what do you feel about something? You know, let's just take this pathway that we can see here. How would you feel if right round that corner there was an amazing, a fabulous opportunity? What would your gut reaction be? So you may actually feel this in your solar plexus, as well as just getting those intuitive moments coming through, maybe from your mind's eye. So this is about being the magical manifester that we were all born to be. Each and every one of us has the skills, the tools, the knowledge, the wisdom, and even the resources to make our dreams come true. So maybe you've written some things down when we had the new moon in the month of June. Do you need to do some inspired action steps? Do you need to create affirmations linked to those wishes? Or do you feel that you want to write down new goals and new opportunities now? You know, the new moon is coming in very soon, July the 10th. So it's a good time to really think about what we actually want to manifest. But the cards are telling us it's the theme for the entire month. So absolutely amazing. Love it. Now, the final card. anything else we need to be aware of this month? Are you ready? Let's go. Okay, so yes, it's the third major arcana. Here we have the wheel. And for me, the wheel symbolizes that life is always turning. It's going to go one way, then it's going to turn and go the other way. So if life has been a little bit tough for you lately, just know that better times are coming. You know, we can't stay down here in the doom and gloom. We have to rise up to the brightness and experience what is to come. So I also feel, actually, this is what's coming through from my guides, cherish every moment in life. And they're also talking about practicing gratitude every single day. So I talk about this a lot. So apologies if you've heard my little speech on gratitude. Every day I write down a minimum of 3 things that I'm grateful for. And, you know, they can be the little things, my morning cuppa, my shower, having clothes to wear, having a home by the beach, you know, knowing that I've got a beautiful wedding dress for my wedding that's coming in next week. You know, it really can be the small things all the way up to the big things, such as the car that gets you from A to B, the fabulous job that you're doing that provides you with abundance. All of those things come under feeling grateful and expressing gratitude. So I also want to add here, be optimistic and have faith in the unseen, in the conscious universe, because fate and destiny are around us now with this energy. And one last thing I want to say with this card, it can be known as the wheel of karma. So what goes around comes around. What you give out, you will receive back. So again, let's have so much focus on happiness, on love, on compassion, on gratitude, and we are going to reap those wonderful rewards, which actually is going to help us all to work with the energy of the magician, to embrace new opportunities, to be able to close the door on old chapters, which was coming in from the death card. You know, we've got it all this month, and I just feel so excited. Now, we do have 3 major arcana cards. So I like to add these numbers up and reduce down to 21 or below, because that is actually going to give us an extra message to work with for the month of July. So 13 plus 10 plus 1 gives us 24. So we then add 2 and 4, which is going to give us 6. So let me just see if I can find my Lover's card, because I would love to show you the image, and then I will give you the guidance that's coming through, as it always does, through my guides. Bear with me, because we all know that when we want to search for a card, a particular card, it's always towards the bottom. So here it is. This is our additional message for the month of July. So we can see white and black. We can see there needs to be balance. We can also see an element of muddiness here, but the ground gets more solid up here. So if you are feeling stuck in a moment, know that it's going to get easier. It's going to be easier on foot, even if it feels a little bit like an uphill climb. But you know what? Spirit is showing me the V, victory. So typically, this is the card that talks about choices and decisions. Yes, it can talk about relationships as well, but I want to focus on, this is all about us making the right choices and decisions for us, and knowing that we are protected within those decisions that we make, because you've got the fence running up both sides. And this is why I love the Faulkner Tarot. This is why I teach this amazing deck in a 12-week course. We say what we see. These cards literally spell it out for us. So that is our additional message. Now, before I go, let me turn over the crystal guidance card. Oh, wow. So, lapis lazuli. So this links and is connected to our throat chakra. Great card. Let me read you the message. Lapis lazuli is asking you to seek the truth. However, be prepared, because you may need to do a little more research before taking any necessary action. At the same time, be open to flashes of intuition, as you may gain additional insight. It may also be necessary to pay more attention to current situations within your life so that clarity of speech can be allowed. Let your inner voice speak and be heard. Beautiful, isn't it? And I love my little lapis lazuli crystal. These are my own crystals that I photographed for this amazing deck. So there we have it. That is your collective guidance for the month of July. So all the details of where you can find me are going to be put in the comments underneath this video. So social media, you can find me on Facebook, Julia Star with 2 R's. My business page on Facebook, Shining Star Holistics. Instagram, it's Julia Star Blake. Now, I do have a new website, so check that out in the comments. The previous website, shiningstarholistics.simple.com, is actually going to be no more, hopefully by the end of next week. And yeah, go check out the website. You can book an intuitive session. You can book an email reading. You can have a look at some of the workshops or my monthly spiritual membership circle that I love doing. And finally, don't forget, I have a podcast, Shining Star Holistics. This is the place where you can check out a brand new guided meditation or visualization journey every week. So, and you can find the podcast wherever you go to listen. So I really hope you've enjoyed this month's collective reading. I would love you to like the video, hit the bell, subscribe, leave me a comment, and feel free to share with your friends. So until next time, lots of love from me.